Hi, everyone. I've got a special invitation and also a quick update for you. So, a couple things. First, I want to talk just for a few minutes about this work, and I want to invite you to think about doing this work for different reasons than perhaps we've invited you to in the past. So, I was in a meeting yesterday with a client that I'm going to go spend some time with next week. And we were talking about this work. And we were talking about how they're integrating it in their company and how some of the people who at first, kind of thought that the work was woo woo and they thought that some of the language I use is a little bit out there. And just the idea of talking about energy in your company and presence and intentions and things like IEP, how at first it was a little bit of a uphill battle to get the work into the company. However, what this person was sharing with me is that now, after about almost a year of integrating it, what they're seeing is they're seeing the people that a lot of people had a hard time kind of adopting it at the beginning or kind of thought it was funny. They're seeing them now using the language. They're seeing them talking about how it's so important in their home lives and with their kids and their marriages and their health and just things that they didn't anticipate. Something like your intentional energetic presence or your presence or your self leadership, something like that would so deeply impact them on a personal level. What occurred to me as I was listening to him was how many times we hear this. This is feedback I've gotten for forever with this work where, often we'll go in or people will come to us to work on their leadership and their culture and their team dynamics and their leadership presence and their effectiveness. But really what ultimately ends up happening is I would say probably 70, 80% of the people report that one of the most important things that happened that they didn't expect was what happened for themselves in their relationship with themselves, their own internal integrity, their presence with themselves, and then their ability to more powerfully impact their family and their teams in a really authentic way, not in a fake presence way, not in a forced presence way, but in a way that really was contributory to those relationships. So I wanted to, for today, just do something a little bit different and invite you into this work to do it for yourself. Yes, your leadership is going to benefit. Yes, your culture is going to benefit. Yes, your creativity, all the things we talk about, that's going to get handled. But do this work for you. Forget about doing it for your company. Forget about doing it because you want to show up better for somebody else. Do it for you. Because if you do the work for you, what ultimately is going to happen is you're going to build a more aligned, authentic relationship with yourself and more alignment in your own presence, which then is truly ultimately going to help you build better relationships and impact with everyone around you. So do this work for you. Do this work for you simply because you'd like to have a little bit more space in your day and not feel so exhausted and pulled in so many directions all the time. Do this work for you because you're tired of feeling fried and overwhelmed and impinged upon with your time. Do this work for you because you're tired of going from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting and then going in and having to show up for your kids and show up for your spouse or your partner, your dog. Do this work for you because you personally could really use a little bit extra space and grace with yourself. So then you can decide how you want to interact with all that. That's the main thing I want to give you today. I want to invite you to do this work for you. Yes, it's going to help your business. Yes, you're going to make more money. Yes, all these things. Awesome. But today I really don't care about any of that. Today I care about doing this work for ourselves because I know the power of it and I know what happens when people do it. So I have two announcements for you on ways to do that. First, introduction to the IEP method self-study course, the up-leveled version. We just went through and redid the whole thing, is now officially available on our website for purchase. You can purchase it individually. You can also purchase it in 10 packs for your team if you do want to do it with your team, but you can now get it individually. The other thing is that we've just opened up as of yesterday the option to join our online platform and app and community as an individual after you've enrolled in Intro to IEP. So you have to have Intro to IEP because I know that the value of that is going to help you get even more out of membership, but you now have the option to do that. So if you take a look at the website, you'll see you can get registered for that. For those of you who may be in a company sponsorship, you have Intro to IEP. You have the up-leveled version. It's already up, so enjoy it. Let us know how it goes. You can now get the core methodology in under 2 hours, and then you can get the full program. It's 3 minutes and 33 seconds, which was very intentional on my part, along with some bonus content. You have access to that now. Have fun with it. And if you want your family, if you want your spouse, you want your partners that aren't in your organization being sponsored, they now have access to, they can purchase the Intro to IEP and they can join in the individual membership. So I'm super excited about that. I really hope you'll take advantage of it. It is truly an act of love and care. Oh, and just a lot of good stuff that went into that with my team and I. So that's one announcement. The other announcement is this: Washington, D.C., the IEP immersion, which we're focusing on presence and performance and leadership and how these things work together. In the past, when we've done these immersions, we focused on leadership and culture. This one, we're going to focus on presence, performance, and you, 100% you. I want to invite you to join that. We limit that room. We generally say, 22 to 28 tops is how many people we have in there. We, as of today, have 14 spots left. So you have time. Registration, we're putting a deadline on it of September 30th because we want you to be able to get in, get some pre-work. It's very light, but it'll help you, and have access to some of the online tools before you go into the session on October 22nd and 23rd. So an invitation that if this work calls to you, and if you're feeling like what you've been doing to this point, maybe you've been doing a ton of leadership development, maybe you've been doing a lot on yourself, but it's still, there's more to do, and you'd like a different approach to really commanding your presence and getting into a more aligned leadership presence and relationship with yourself, then I'm going to encourage you to come and join this. We have a really lovely group of people already signed up to come. It is generally senior and executive leaders that are going to be joining us, and we're going to work on you. We will talk on the second day about how this applies to your team, and how do you actually now start to ensure that you're maintaining what you learn on day one and what you implement for yourself on day one. My invitation is please come and do this work for yourself. The other thing is this: I am going to be making a humongous announcement at that event. Huge, a humongous announcement at that event. And the people that are at that event will have first access to this thing that's going to be happening. And it's not what you think. It's anything that you can think it is. It's not what you think. So I will be making a very, very, very big announcement at that event live. And the people that come to that event are going to be a part of that if they wish to. So join us. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. You can go ahead and send us a note. Do Intro to IEP if you want to just do something self-paced and just get going in the work, or just test it out. Maybe you just want to test it out. If you want the live experience and you want to immerse yourself and you want to give yourself the gift of really doing something for yourself, then come and join me for the 2-day. These are something that I don't do very often. In fact, we're going to do a couple of these in 2025, but I can never guarantee exactly what they're going to look like. So this one is a good one to get involved with if this work resonates for you. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. Bye.